Daily habits of highly successful people. What if I told you that the difference between a successful person and everyone else isn't luck, talent, or even intelligence? It's not about being born with some secret advantage or stumbling into the right opportunities. The truth is far simpler and far more powerful. Success is about the small choices we make every single day, the habits we build and nurture without even realizing it. The people we admire, the ones who have built incredible lives, follow routines that give them control over their time, their mind, and ultimately, their future. And today, I want to share with you the daily habits that consistently set them apart. It all begins with the way they start their day. Highly successful people wake up early, but not simply to claim some productivity badge. They wake up to take charge of their time, to create a quiet space before the chaos of the day begins. The morning is their secret weapon, a few hours when the world is still asleep, and focus comes naturally. They don't scroll endlessly through social media or rush into emails. Instead, they dedicate this time to activities that set the tone for the entire day, whether that's meditation, light exercise, planning, or reflecting on what's most important. It's not about waking up at 5 o'clock, it's about waking up with purpose, with intention, and making sure those first hours are theirs. Another habit they share is the way they manage their mindset. Before even checking messages or reacting to the demands of the world, they consciously set the mood for the day. They practice gratitude, reminding themselves of the things they have rather than focusing on what's missing. They visualize their goals, picturing exactly where they want to go and what they need to achieve. Their minds are trained to focus on possibilities rather than problems, and this daily mental exercise prepares them to handle challenges with calm and clarity. By controlling their thoughts, they control their reality. If you don't decide how your mind works, your mind will decide for you, and usually, that leads to distraction and stress. Reading is another cornerstone of their daily life. While most people spend hours consuming meaningless content online, successful people invest in knowledge that will grow them. Even 20 minutes a day can accumulate into dozens of books a year, each page offering wisdom and insights that would take years of trial and error to learn otherwise. They read not only for information but for inspiration, learning from those who have already walked paths they aspire to follow. Knowledge compounds just like money. What you feed your mind today will pay dividends tomorrow. Goal setting is not an occasional activity, it's a daily discipline. Highly successful people do not simply see what happens as the day unfolds. They know exactly what they want to accomplish, and they focus on the most important tasks first. Each morning, they ask themselves, what are the 3 things that, if completed today, will move me closer to my bigger goals? Then they prioritize relentlessly, understanding that scattered effort produces scattered results. By creating clarity and focusing on impact rather than activity, they make sure their energy is always invested in what truly matters. Time management is another area where they excel. Time is the one resource that can never be replenished, and they treat it accordingly. They know that every hour spent scrolling aimlessly, engaging in trivial conversations, or procrastinating is an hour stolen from their potential. Instead, they deliberately choose activities that generate results, whether that means working on their craft, building connections, or creating something meaningful. Protecting their time isn't a luxury, it's a necessity, because the way they spend their days ultimately determines the quality of their lives. Energy and health are never neglected. Many people underestimate how much physical well-being influences success. Highly successful people prioritize exercise, nutrition, and sleep. They know that without a strong body, the mind cannot perform at its peak. Exercise boosts energy, clarity, and focus, while a balanced diet and proper rest ensure they are ready to face challenges without fatigue or distraction. They treat their body as the engine that drives their ambitions because they understand that sustainable success requires sustainable energy. The people they surround themselves with also play a critical role in their daily lives. They are very selective about their social circles, recognizing that you become the average of the people you spend the most time with. They avoid negativity, gossip, and those who drain energy or limit growth. Instead, they spend time with people who inspire them, challenge them, and push them toward higher standards. Their network acts as both a support system and a source of constant learning, reinforcing their habits and mindset. Consistency and discipline are more important than fleeting bursts of motivation. One of the greatest truths about successful people is that they don't wait to feel like it. They don't rely on emotion to drive their work. Some days are hard, some days are boring, some days it feels impossible. Yet they show up anyway. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's the unwavering commitment to doing what needs to be done, even when it isn't easy or enjoyable. While motivation can fade, discipline keeps them moving forward day after day, step after step. Reflection is another daily practice they follow. At the end of each day, they take a moment to review what worked, what didn't, and how they can improve tomorrow. This isn't just about checking boxes, it's about learning from experience and continuously refining their approach. Even small adjustments, made consistently over time, compound into massive growth. By treating each day as both a challenge and an opportunity to improve, they ensure that nothing is wasted and every experience contributes to progress. Finally, they take action relentlessly, even when conditions aren't perfect. Most people wait for the ideal circumstances, the perfect plan, or the right moment that rarely comes. Successful people start anyway. They understand that action generates momentum, momentum creates results, and results build confidence. Perfection is a myth, and waiting for it only leads to stagnation. They embrace imperfection and keep moving forward, learning, adjusting, and growing along the way. Success, then, is not a single monumental event but a collection of daily habits practiced consistently over time. It's the decisions to rise early, to train the mind, to read, to set goals, to protect time, to care for the body, to choose the right people, to act with discipline, to reflect, and to take bold action. These are the small, intentional behaviors that compound, day after day, to create extraordinary results. The difference between someone who dreams about success and someone who achieves it is not luck, talent, or connections, it's what they do each and every day. And now, the real question is simple: will you take one of these habits, start today, and let it change your life?